awesome.
You could put the bike on the board.
21
You
hours,
could.
right?
MacGyver.
The last one was 21 hours.
But that's an
22
event.
hours.
I'm talking about times you've done it just to go from island
But 22 hours that's how long it took to do one channel.
One channel.
From Oahu to Kauai took me 22 hours.
in a row.
Because the winds clocked around,
Consecutively.
and instead of being trade winds, which
88
is 80%,
miles, 22 hours.
it was Kona winds, and
that
they
was one of the
clocked
paddles.
at them.
That was after we had already paddled all the other channels. That was the last channel of the 4-day.
The fourth day.
So you were out there in the middle of the night.
We started it in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen sharks when you're out there?
Well, at night you can't see them.
All right.
You can feel them though.
They bump up against the board.
Well, no, but they talk about like being out there and you feel shark.
You can feel the energy.
Really?
Oh, come on, Jay.
No, I don't know anything about that.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's like it's
an instinct. Yeah,
big
it's an
animal.
instinct that you're.
You never go somewhere and you
feel it.
feel stuff.
You know.
Well, yeah, but I'm not.
We have it.
on.
Yeah, but I mean,
okay.
it's like if you're in the forest and there's a bear,
Yeah.
you don't necessarily see the bear. Somebody goes, I was in the forest walking, I felt this bad feeling, like there was
How many
something
times
there.
we've all walked past rattlesnakes and had no idea. I don't feel it.
I don't know if bears. I think rattlesnakes don't send out the same kind of.
And especially
aura
in Hawaii,
that a
because there's
big
no snakes
giant
in
shark.
Hawaii, which is why I love Hawaii.
Yeah.
No snakes in
There's
Hawaii.
nothing killer poisonous there.
Just locals on ice.
Yeah.
Driving big Cadillacs.
Yeah, and
Big
that.
trucks, bro.
well, and some tigers.
Big sharks. Yeah.
So you can feel, and I'm not putting you on, you guys felt like, come on, you know what it's like when you feel, all right, I'm going to turn the tables on you.
Yeah, go ahead.
What part of my world makes you think that I'm like, bro, I think there's sharks here? Like, what happened?
No, because you're
outside
human.
preschool?
I think we all have certain instincts about our environment. That's what
But
we
I
mean.
feel that growing up in New Jersey, anytime I go in the ocean, I'm like, I bet there's sharks. I better get out of here. There's sharks and jellyfish.
But then that's just the movie Jaws playing tricks
of
on your
course.
brain. That's
Yeah,
a
but
different
how about
thing.
when you pass an alley where there might be somebody with a gun in it,
you just feel
and
vibrations
you just
about
go, you know
things
what,
that go,
something. I got something of bad feeling about
Yeah.
that spot. I'm not going to go there.
Have you, so you've been in the water and Gabby.
I one time went surfing on I won't forget it. I was surfing with Laird in Honolulu Bay, and we just went out, the two of us, and it was a bit cloudy. And when we got back in the boat, because I didn't want to be a baby, I said, "Oh, I had such a weird, sharky feeling." And Laird's like, "Me too," but I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to be like, "Oh, honey, there's shark." I feel like something in the water.
You guys look like the biggest seals ever. The sharks probably look up and think they're genetically making seals on the
That's why
island.
Laird stand-up
Bionic
paddles.
But we're not good eating.
But you always look for the turtles, the honu. They have these giant turtles in Honolulu Bay, and you always feel really happy when you see
When they're
them.
on the surface.
'Cause they're
If
gonna be
floating,
gone.
then the surface
They'll be first.
there's no sharks around.
Yeah.
I heard also if there's dolphins, there's no sharks.
I agree with that. Less.
Dolphins attack sharks, right?
Better be a small shark. Killer
Yeah.
whales are the ones that really go for the
Because
shark.
dolphins are always like in a pod.
Yeah, well, and they're
Sharks
they're
are
a lot more efficient. The dolphins are a lot smarter and a lot faster,
And they see better.
so they have good vision. So
But you've never seen a shark while you were surfing in the water.
yeah,
Laird has.
absolutely, more
How
than
close-
one.
How close?
But it's been, if I look at over the years, all the sharks that I've seen, I can count them on my hand, and I've been surfing for 40 years, or more. So
what happens when a guy just goes to the Gold Coast of Australia, he paddles out and he just gets eaten in half by a shark? Is that
Well,
just
there's
his
always
day?
like weird, yes, and I think it's always something weird.
there's usually
happening.
weird circumstances. Every single attack that I know of, people that I know, women with their periods, that's probably the most common. I know 3 different women that were bitten that had their periods. I mean, it's just,
Or
you're bleeding.
sporadic weird movement.
Weird movements.
That's
weird.
me during my surf lesson the entire time.
Yeah. I mean, somebody with a wound, somebody with the board painted like a fish, somebody swimming by a river mouth that had a dead animal in it. I mean,
right.
there's always extenuating circumstances to every single shark attack that you see. There are rabid sharks, like sharks, that are like a dog that bites somebody, where the pound comes and puts them down. Well,
Yeah.
when sharks bite, if a shark bites a human, then they have to be caught and killed, because at that point they
How do
become
you,
rabid.
you caught that shark?
You
Match
could
the teeth. If
match
it's
the
something,
bites.
the jaws.
match
It's almost
the-
like the witch trial. If she drowns, then she's not a witch like we thought.
no,
but
sorry.
kill this shark. Look inside. No
Well, no,
human
they'll-
parts. Sorry.
But they know sort of like sightings, and they'll be like, oh, they've seen it a lot at this bay or that bay, and then they'll go out and chum for it. Especially certain sizes, they'll say, hey, it's 14, 15. You don't see a lot of 15-foot or 16-foot sharks and things like
How
that.
many? How do you get rid? Like How do you get rid? How do you ward off a shark attack? Do you know? Have you ever been taught that?
Well, one thing's for sure is you don't try to run away. You're going to square up with them. If they're coming at you, you want to square up, and if you have a board, feed them the board. Try to hit them on the nose. Whatever you can do to
I heard the best way to ward off a shark
What?
attack
I
is
can't
to
wait.
masturbate immediately.
Yeah. I saw the smirk in your face.
I couldn't even hold
But I
it.
want to know.
Getting it up might be a problem.
No, but that's the thing.
Yeah,
When you
I
get
know.
it up, the shark goes, this guy means business.
You send out that wave.
This guy.
You send
see?
out that aura that
yeah.
instinctually
Now you
the
know
shark
what-
knows and they run away.
Now you know what we pick up. We're like, oh no, here it comes.
Yeah. Here we
Oh
go.
my God, this guy's just jacking off all over the ocean. I'm no match for this person. The women have a harder time, obviously, with this. So the women have to act like they're jacking off. But the problem is women always,
No, we just start nagging and they go, oh God, I don't want to
when
hear
women
it.
imitate jacking off, they always do it like from like their sternum. They're always like, oh sure, buddy.
Yeah.
And they're like jacking off one of their ribs. It's a family show.
Maybe it's the fantasy of, that you actually could have it at
Yeah,
the length.
believe
up
me,
to
I
your
know. I
ribs.
was just trying
All
to realize that I'm no one's fantasy.
We didn't realize it was like
that moment when you realize
inside your
I'm-
shorts
I
still.
am no one's fantasy. I just realized that. I'm sitting here with two people who are half of the country's fantasy
yeah, right.
combined. So the shark thing, yeah, you said square up. They say, I just read this great book, I'll look it up. The lady that wrote Seabiscuit. Anyway, but the guy in World War II was shot down and they were on a raft for like 60 days.
Oh my gosh.
And the guy had to punch sharks in the face
Sure.
while he fixed the raft.
Sure.
Oh really?
Basically, sharks take like no chance. They're the best predators because they will never take a chance. They, like you said, dead, rotting animals.
Yeah.
And if they bite you, then they circle. They can
Yeah.
tell like your
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
your
see
body
how-
temperature, your pulse. They can know
Sure.
like what's wrong with you when
Yeah.
they bite
Yeah.
you.
In a way, that's why I feel like they get a bad rap. I mean, listen, I'm afraid of them as well.
Fuck that.
But no, I'm just saying.
Poor
they,
sharks.
No, but they do
Like
get a
Sarah
bad rap.
McLachlan, do commercials for them.
It's true though.
Oh, that music. Oh, with that dog with one eye.
Stupid
But
Ronnie,
it's-
I love. That's the one I want.
I
want the
kills
one-eyed
me. I can't
dog.
watch it. My daughters are crying every single time that thing comes
You're
on.
like, there's a lot of
Oh,
hungry
it's so
people.
sad. Where
There's a lot
did
of
you
hungry
get
people
that?
they drove past on the way to the studio.
But
to make
the
that
sharks
commercial.
the sharks do get a bad rap, and the thing is
They
that in their position in the world as far as environmentally, what they represent in the ocean, they're the cleaners
They're the
of
garbage
the
men.
ocean.
I would say they're the
I mean,
garbage
if
men.
they didn't,
Yeah.
if they didn't eat all the dead stuff, I mean, it would just be an ocean full of chum. It would be.
And Laird,
Detritus.
and,
It would be a dead. It would be a
An
dead
FSU
sea,
word.
You know.
but Laird is afraid of sharks.
Yeah, of course.
You should be.
Yeah.
You should be anything with that.
But when
much
sharks
power.
attack, they roll their
But-
eyes back in their head so they don't get poked in the eye. Their
Yeah.
jaw, their
Yeah.
teeth come out of
You
their
really
jaw.
thought about this.
They, huh?
Yeah.
No,
You
their
have
head.
not?
No, their mouth comes back. Their jaw,
Yeah.
their teeth stay kind of there.
Yeah, so everything.
Their face
the
goes
attack
back.
actually happens outside of the face.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't attack anything that they feel like is a risk.
Absolutely.
So when you square up and punch a shark in the face, they
They might
take
be like,
off.
get
That's
someone
right.
else.
Or the gills or the eye. They say the eyes is the best thing to go for.
Well, the sensitivity of the snout, though, too.
Or jerk off like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Game respects game. The shark's like, whoa.
Yeah. Well,
You see the unit on that guy?
I mean, the thing is, they
Let's
probably
go bite
with
that floating goat in the channel.
Yeah, but you know what happens is you end up sending out like a vibration that that they sense is not safe.
Shark's like, look, I don't get paid for money shots.
Yeah.
You gotta take that somewhere else. How are you?
Is it hard to talk to two people?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I think this is the first time we've had two people on the show. Who are the other two? Oh, Jim and Eddie? And Barry Katz and Uncle Dan. No. But you guys are sitting together, but plus, it's just an easy conversation, so it's fun. If I didn't know who you guys were, and we had to do like an interview for like a talk show and hit like commercial breaks and stuff, it'd probably be a lot harder. But just sitting in your house with your friends is easy.
Yeah.
You guys are easy people.
Don't tell someone.
Don't inside.
Especially
Yeah.
when you're talking about jacking off.
You guys are creeps.
Yeah.
I'll tell the Mohr Stories audience, you guys are creeps.
That's it.
So I was going to tell you
What
guys,
else?
Pepsi
Wait,
Max.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. Tell us about this.
Yeah, go to MLB.com/Pepsi Max. And you can vote which one of these guys, Johnny Parati from Washington, Johnny Parati is from Rochester, New York, and Stephen Katchmark is from Washington, D.C., and they won the contest for Pepsi Max. Pepsi Max is sponsoring the Mohr Stories podcast. It was in the Hollywood Reporter. It got picked up by Yahoo.com for crying out loud.
Oh my God, that's huge.
Soft drink sponsoring a podcast. They're the first big company to put their toe in the water and say, we think this is a real thing. So
Do you know someone over there?
I did an online commercial for this contest, and then I said, you guys should sponsor my podcast. And they just basically said, we think that's a good idea too. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, yeah, it's a good idea,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you. Yeah, yeah.
So you guys, you just
gotta ask.
basically, you got to vote for which one of these guys will host the baseball game. MLB.com/Pepsi Max.
Which baseball game?
That's a good question, Gabrielle
All right,
Reece.
sorry.
The American League has
nice.
a team of living legends like Jim Palmer's the pitcher, Dennis Eckersley is the closer, the outfield is Ricky Henderson.
So a
Reggie
game that
Jackson.
doesn't matter, but
You and your buddies will
Yeah.
play softball with these legends.
oh really? And get hammered
Cal-
by these guys.
Cal Ripken.
For sure.
You know how bad? You know how much these guys will train for this? They will be also
Who, the pros?
No,
Oh, these guys.
Yeah, they'll be like-
Johnny Parati's like a debt collector in upstate New York.
but he's got a great name.
Johnny Parati.
Yeah, I think.
Hey, not for nothing. And he's
Yeah.
playing against the National League team. Stephen Katchmark's team is like Mike Schmidt and Barry Bonds. Like it's a real
Barry Bonds.
Randy Johnson,
Ooh.
Johnny Bench. Like it's a
Ooh.
real Fred McGriff, Ryan Sandberg, Ozzie Smith. It's a real group. Stan Musial.
Is this going to be on TV?
It should be, right? Every time I explain the contest, it starts so
Strong.
cumbersome a read, and then whoever I'm talking to goes, wait a minute, this is actually really great. So thank
Yeah.
you for jumping on that.
Well, that's some great players.
Go to MLB.com and you just basically vote for which one of these guys gets home field advantage.
The national team seems a little scarier. I think they should give it to
Randy
those guys.
Johnson, enough said.
I'm Barry Bonds. I mean, how far is he out of the game? Like 3 years. I mean, they should maybe give it to those guys.
It's
Seems a little bit
softball,
rough.
though. It's very easy to strike out in slow
mean-
pitch. I think Johnny Parati's got a wicked high. If I was from Boston, I would say Johnny Parati has a wicked high arc, slow arc pitch lead. Laird Hamilton, big deal. Let's see him play right field in Fenway. No, sir.
Wait, can I tell you? One time I was watching a football game.
Yeah.
And Laird says, quite like honestly, he's like, these man versus man sports. Like, I think for him, sometimes the concept of like organized sports, he's like, even like with me with volleyball, he'd be like,
Not a lot of soul searching when you play volleyball with
what are you so
legends,
upset about, honey?
Laird, are you saying there's not a lot of soul searching when you're playing baseball with
I'm
other
just not
guys?
good being-
Not the Pepsi Max contest, which
No.
is great. Well, bottom line is to put a bow on this.
yes.
If you're listening, go to MLB.com/Pepsi Max for no other reason to let Pepsi Max know that you're aware of what's happening because of this podcast, so they can continue to sponsor the podcast, and we can further get the corporate world enmeshed in the podcast world because it's cool and it's a great contest. So Laird,
It is a great contest, actually.
it is
That
a
sounds
really
fun.
cool contest, and I have fun. I would like to think like Johnny Parati and his buddies are like, they're putting on the eye black, and it's like, look,
Oh, yeah.
when you pitch to Ozzie Smith, you got to jam him inside, like using like baseball scouting reports from like the
softball.
70s and 80s, not realizing that these guys are just going to absolutely mop the floor with you, Stephen Katchmark and Johnny Parati. Good luck trying to get Mike Schmidt to strike out in softball.
Can you imagine him? It's ugly. Mike
When you
Schmidt,
see
he's
these guys
mean.
now, they're like super good-looking guys. They've aged really well, the baseball guys, like Cal Ripken.
Oh, yeah. Is his mother get returned?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
she
stayed
did.
away from it.
She's afraid to go home, I guess.
Aberdeen's own Cal
Yeah.
Ripken. That's an Aberdeen boy.
Larry doesn't know what we're talking about.
It's baseball.
No, his mom got,
His mom got kidnapped at gunpoint. I think,
Recently.
from like a crackhead.
yeah.
Did you ever play team sports ever as a kid? Or were you always a guy that just wanted to go? Did you start at team sports and wander
Well,
off the
sometimes
field?
I was the guy that was getting beat up by 8 guys, and then sometimes I was one of the 8 guys.
That's a team sport.
No, you played
Bullying
Pop
is a
Warner.
Pop Warner, I tried for a little bit, yeah. No, I mean, I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that where I lived was kind of remote, so we didn't, if you wanted to go participate in something, it was far away.
Like an over-hour
And,
drive kind of thing.
Wow.
And that was after school. And
What kind of brotherhood is out when you take your surfboard out in the waves at just a regular old spot? How many people do you see let's say when you're
every
in
man
Malibu.
for himself.
All right. But
Women and children are not safe in the lineup.
Not now, though. But
in
when he
Kauai,
grew up,
where do you surf? Where's your spot? You can't say it.
No,
Locals only, bro.
Yeah. I surf Honolulu Bay. Like it's,
All right, so
Yeah,
when
but
you go out in Honolulu Bay, just any day of the week, like
Yeah,
today,
yeah.
let's say it's Monday. You go
today
out.
in Malibu.
All right, when you go out there, how many of those people that you see today have you seen there before? And you give the nod and the what's up, and there's a camaraderie.
Almost every single one.
Laird is
Really?
a polite
Yeah.
surfer.
Almost every single one, except maybe a couple little kids that are out for the summer. That
And there's never just some guy that's in from Long Island like, hey, let's go get a board. We'll rent one and surf.
yeah, there's a few guys in a few of those in the lineup.
Who's this blonde guy?
You have to yeah.
Who's this retarded blonde guy? Hey, yo, that was my wave. How about some courtesy, bro? When I took my surf lesson, the first thing he taught us was how to fall off the board because it's all rocks on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't want us to break our arms and legs.
We have to land flat, yeah.
But when Laird's like,
In Malibu Creek.
what's,
Wherever. It's
Really?
Just good,
yeah,
I like to land-
you never
it's
land
good
anywhere.
technique to land flat.
Yeah.
I like to land like a pen and go all the way to the bottom
Yeah,
and
well.
touch
With your
bushes
head
and
And the
stuff.
first,
problem
you
is the
mean?
smaller the wave is, the shallower
Yeah.
it is. So
That's what I learned
At a
that
certain
day.
point, if it's like, people go, I just want there to be little waves, but I go, but that just means it's going to be like a foot deep.
Yeah.
So you got to learn how to land flat. It's the famous art of crashing that you don't get any rewards for.
I ask if like guys take off on like when it's small on Laird, and he's like he can go in front of him, and he doesn't care.
Oh yeah, no.
What's the longest you were on a wave,
Oh, well.
time-wise?
So that's for foiling, New Zealand,
Well,
right?
just this last summer, foil surfing.
That's you've created